Hey guys, this is the general reading for Pisces. I'm just going to do one reading this month, so whatever comes up, whether it's soul journey, love, whatever, which this is kind of both. They both kind of been being both. They kind of usually are anyways. But for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers, if you have significant Pisces in your chart or if you're just drawn to this video. Also, I would recommend that you check out the others of those signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, significant placements in your charts, or any videos that you're drawn to of mine that are either out or coming out still. Energies are fluid, so this could have already happened. It can happen this month. It can happen next month. It's whatever. Sometimes it goes a couple months out. It can flip-flop. I can read it as you, but it could be somebody else. I can read it as love. It could be work. Just apply it to your life as necessary. Don't apply it if it doesn't fit. Some, none, or all of it may apply. Also, I did a video on this, but I'll say it in this too. I just wanted to let you guys know of my specials. I had a special going in November, but due to the heavy energies that were in November and December, and I had a lot going on, I wasn't able to put out as many videos as I would have liked to have. So I'm going to extend the special out because a lot of people really liked it. I just wanted more people to take advantage of it or have the opportunity to, because I don't feel like they even knew. That if you pay for a live reading at my normal price, you have to pay in November 2018 or January 2019, however you can use it whenever you want. If you buy a live reading at the normal price, then you get a free 25 to 30 minute energy session, which is distant or in person if you're in Jacksonville, Florida, Holy Fire Reiki, Archangel Therapy session, or Access Consciousness Bar session, which is kind of like it declutters your mind, removes old programming, old ways of thinking. Kind of like also when a computer becomes bogged down, you got to clear it out, and it's slow when you need to clear it out. It's kind of like that. Not saying you're slow, but it can like really weigh your mind down, just all the old thoughts that you need to like let go of and clear out. So you get that free, and you can either use that yourself, you can gift it, like you can use the energy session, gift the reading, you can use the reading, gift the energy session, you can use them both for yourself, a situation, a relationship, whatever. Also, I burn a candle while setting intention that whatever energy or blocks need to start to be moved and cleared out so that things either come and go that serve your highest good. And the candle really helps me like zone in on the energy. That's your candle, yours alone. I burn it all the way down just for you during that session as well. Also, I normally have, if you buy 2 services, you get 10% off. I will be doing, again, for the same months, December 2018, January 2019, just one service. Any one service is 10% off. You cannot combine offers, though. I would recommend looking in the description box below because I also have other ones. I'm still coming out with bundles. But I think I have another one out too where if you buy 3 services, you get the 4th one of equal or lesser value. Again, you cannot combine offers. But either way, for services, all the information is in the description box below. Thank you for those who have donated to my channel. People also ask about that. The PayPal information is in the description box below. I really appreciate that. Of course, it's not necessary. Any contribution really helps, whether it's like, shares, comments, subscribe, especially comments. Like I don't always have a chance to respond to them, but I love reading about them and hearing, you know, how it has helped you or how it applies or resonates or whatever. But any monetary gain, whether it's through services, just the channel alone, donations or whatever, all of that goes towards my further healing and learning. Like starting in January, I will be starting shamanic training. I will be finishing up my Reiki to become a Reiki master. And in summer of 2019, I will be learning plant spirit medicine, also through further type of shamanic training. All of that way I can not only further heal myself, but I can also kind of contribute and further my kind of path and my mission, and also help people even distant wise. So as I'm doing these services, I will actually be able to help tap in better to energies or what's going on with you energetically, and be able to kind of do things in more of an energetic, etheric, spiritual realm, as well as with myself. Of course, any healer heals himself first and then they go and heal others. So that is what that money is going towards, to not only further help myself, but to help the world as much as I can with little old me. So anyways, thank you for you guys who have contributed in all of those ways. I have other ways I'm working on too. That way I can more focus on the service than necessarily the monetary wise, and I'll let you know that in the future. But you know, I'm doing everything I can. So yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, because I put out different types of videos. Is that it? I think so. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know. So Pisces, this really resonates a lot with your guys's, I think it was for, technically this is kind of in the end of December. So it's an end of December, January energy. And it really resonates with the one, I think, from November, where they had the soul journey and the soulmate. And this is kind of like a continuation of that energy. Yeah, where you're really just leaving something behind that's not working for you or serving you, and more of, it seems like you walking your journey, kind of a mix between healing journey and probably a lot of you it will lead to healer journey if you're not already. Where you guys are in the center of your reading is, again, we have the Nine of Wands. Look familiar? So you're still here. You're still working on this energy. Hopefully you're using it for you, instead of just for others. Hopefully you're using this to serve you instead of sabotaging you. But what's crossing you is you have the Hierophant reversed. So I really get a feeling, like I get a few, you know, quite a few things from this. Obviously there could be an end of a commitment going on here, or there needs to be also an ending of kind of routine ways that you're doing things. But what I mostly get from this, besides the relational aspect with, you know, the Hierophant, the commitment part, I still think that there's a failure to see the lessons and to have the faith and the hope that is needed, which, I mean, is normally right up your guys' alley, but it's like, in a way, you guys are getting part of the message where you know what to do, but you're not looking at the big picture of it, and you're also not looking beyond your wounds of it. It's almost like a lot of you either are or will be, like, you know, you have to remove yourself from this situation or this person, and if you haven't, you probably will. But then you're going to have a high likelihood of getting stuck there, because it's an unknown for you, like needing to do something unorthodox, something that is not your normal traditional way, something that, you know, you're going to have to just do, you're not having faith on. And even if you don't have faith, you're going to have to do it anyways. Because it feels like Pisces, I feel like Pisces energy is very similar to Taurus, especially lately. I think a lot of Tauruses have a little bit of a jump on the game. But actually it's very complementary, because a lot of the things that Pisces are or will be going through, especially spiritually or gift-wise, they could actually help Tauruses out with, because it's not so odd or scary to them. But Tauruses can also help a lot of Pisces out, because not only can it help ground you guys, and, you know, obviously Pisces can lift up Tauruses, Tauruses can ground you guys, so it's a nice balance. But Tauruses also have had a little bit of some skin in the game on this for a little while, because for at least a year or two, a lot of them even more years than that, they have been going through this journey and ascension process. There's been a huge thing with Tauruses going on, and now I've noticed through my channel that there is a lot of things with Pisces going on. And I know everybody's going through stuff, but just something about that very, like, I'm on the journey thing. Like, some people are ascending and they're finding their worth and they're just transitioning like that, in not so big of a journey way. From what I've seen so far, though, Tauruses and Pisces are now very much on that, the journey. Like, it's like full on the journey. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you will soon. It's about having faith on that and seeing past your wounds, releasing the hurt, the expectation, and that is coming. So not saying that in a discouraging way. If you stay on the journey and you keep doing the work, that will come. But a lot of Tauruses, they're about to break through, I feel, though, or at least a lot of them are, but they're kind of, that's why I brought all that up, was they're kind of in that like in-between phase where they've done a lot of work, they've removed a lot of things from their life, they've figured a lot of things out, they feel this new expansion and thing coming, this new door, that when they get there and figure it out, they've got to go. It's time to go, and it's time to do some stuff, because there's a lot of things coming. We can feel it. I think Geminis can feel it too, and possibly Pisces. A lot of people can, but you get what I'm saying. But there's still this in-between phase where there's, okay, I've removed it, but not yet at that new phase where you know where to go, or you've replaced it with another satisfactory thing to focus on. And this is where it's going to be a little bit hard, and this is also why I feel that Taurus and Pisces are very much alike on this, is because, in my opinion, they are probably two of, maybe Libras too, but not so much. Probably two of the most sacrificial signs, or what they would call like doormat signs, where the way they love is to give. I mean, and to give pretty much almost everything they have, if not everything they have. And they've learned a lot of lessons on this, but it's still hard, where when you see it's like almost when you have this huge cycle of a lesson, and I know it's like a duh moment, but it's not really seen at the same time. Like, when you have this huge cycle, there's these little cycles that all together complete this big cycle. And so a lot of Tauruses and Pisces are really seeing like the little cycles. So Pisces, I feel, is seeing, or has seen, this cycle that needs to wrap up, and then also what was in my November readings, you know, the 2 for Pisces. But they're not seeing the next one, or they're having trouble with the next one. That one, although you're like, oh God, this will be the hardest to like leave this person or situation behind, whether permanently or temporarily or whatever. No, actually the hardest one is going to be the one that is working and focusing on you and learning you and stepping into your path and all the things that you have to learn from that. Because, oh yeah, it's fine, I'll go into my path. No, like there's a lot of other things that go into it. I am still even on my path, which is why anybody who's been watching me kind of sees my ups, downs, ins, outs. I'm here, I'm gone, like figuring it out, you know, and that's okay. Like I'll steady out. I'm not worried about it, but it's not the big things that are most of the issues. It's all the little things. It's all the little areas that you didn't realize where your cycles and patterns were so ingrained and so, intertwined with so many areas of your life. And it takes, honestly, discipline and consistency and dedication to get through that. And, that's one thing that I've really been learning about myself is my lack in that area. Where when I had my awakening, it, in a lot of ways, I mean, I don't know a better way, it broke me. Of course it did. That's what it was supposed to do, but it broke me. And on one hand, it was beautiful. On all hands, it was beautiful, but the things it showed me and allowed me to break free and see the matrix more, and to see other people's patterns, my patterns, most of my patterns. I'm still learning, but just because you see it doesn't mean it just changes right away, and you still have to work through your fears. And now, you get faced with that decision of you have to dig in and find that within yourself, and not out of fear. I mean, I guess you can go that way if you want, but my journey is through one of higher consciousness and spiritual ascension. And I understand fear has its place. But I had a highly unhealthy level of fear, ruling a lot of my actions. And I was doing a lot of the things I was doing out of fear or security or just patterns or just not conscious thinking. And that's really where I'm at now, is having to make a lot of my decisions through conscious thinking, like a higher level of consciousness. And, I'm gentle on myself. I have compassion, but really having to find that level of consistency and discipline, and seeing my patterns. Like, even when you think you see it, like a little bit later, it's like, boom, there's another one. And that's why I really like doing like 30-day challenges, which I have to do an update on mine, because you really see things about yourself, even if they're not like successful, like what you would have put as an expectation of successful. They're still successful because they show you things. They show you things about yourself if you're willing to look and pay attention. And mine really did a lot, especially not just from my 30-day challenge, which, like I said, I have to do an update video, but in November and December, it was like there were so many things that I saw about myself and my ways of thinking. And I mean, I know this is probably, like, I hope you guys know what I'm talking about, or this might be very future for you. I don't know. Not very future, but, because I honestly feel, actually, once you guys as Pisces, like, get it, you guys probably will actually rise, or whatever you want to call it, faster than Tauruses, because I think you guys have, less of a rigidity and a resistance and a fear aspect. I think yours will mostly be in, unprogramming. Like, here's the programming, like unprogramming the stuff that you've learned, peeling off the layers of what you've accumulated in your life. Like, I saw this saying, I don't remember, it was this girl, it scrolled across the screen, it was something like a weight loss YouTube channel. I don't remember the name of it, or I put it there for you, but I remember her saying, maybe it's not about becoming anything or anyone. Maybe it's about unbecoming what you're not and letting the true you shine through. And I feel like that's a lot of what this is with this Hierophant reversed, where it's going to take time and faith and hope to peel off those layers. So a little bit of a fear on your part. It's funny, actually, I talk a lot about Tauruses, and this is the Taurus card. And maybe that's what is the block for you, is maybe not taking on the shadow sides of the Taurus, but at the same time taking on the positive sides of the Taurus and being able to relate and understand with them, because I do feel like the journeys are very, very similar that I find that they're on, and the energies. A lot of Tauruses are very scared, but they're having faith and they're having hope through it. A lot of them are seeing the bigger picture. Some of them are tired of it. But so if I had to say from a fellow, like a Taurus, and my Venus is in Pisces, so I understand the way you guys love, and because you guys are almost like all love, that's kind of the way you think. It's almost like your whole energy anyways. But I probably don't have the extreme emotional depth like you guys do, which I feel is why I think in a lot of ways, you guys could help Tauruses out. You know, like I said, Tauruses can help you guys with, we've been on it a little bit longer. We can help ground you guys. The workhorse part, although a lot of Pisces are very good at workhorsing it too, although you guys are very much about leisure too. Well, so is Taurus, so that's what I say, it's very similar. But you guys are like used to being up there, you know what I mean? Like my husband is an Aquarius and he's up there, so he very much pulls me up because everything in me is like and my balance to him is I ground him. I mean, Tauruses are great manifestors. They can pull the energy down and manifest it into 3D, which is a big reason for, you know, why we are the Hierophant and why a lot of Tauruses make great spiritual teachers. They're able to go up, grab their knowledge. A lot of them go through dimensions and they don't even know it. It feels weird, but and be able to take that knowledge down and manifest it into the 3D form in order to share with the people in this 3D world. Yours is reversed though. So maybe that's another thing. Why is it in your readings always get stuck on like the first two cards? But, excuse me. Being on your spiritual path, like getting the lesson, are you guys helping others? Or are you stuck right now? I feel a lot of stuck energy. There's a lot of lack of motion energy. Which I'm not saying you're in a bad place, because I understand you guys are in the process of doing certain things, figuring things out, finding your worth, and probably trying to get settled just in that alone. But I feel like if not now, the heartache part of it will bother you. This is very much a lot of things are going to coincide with you of like an addictive pattern where, you know, you might either now or at some point be like in your power, like, no, I deserve more. This is what I'm going to do. And then when the reality hits of, oh yeah, that's right. That's why I hate doing this stuff. Or the person doesn't come around in the way you thought, because let's face it, like that might have run, you know, not even the spiritual side, just being like, if I do this, they'll do this. That like might have pushed you to, I mean, there's different ways that our minds or the universe or our higher selves get us to do things to knock us back on our path. So either way, when things don't align right away, like that instant gratification, I guess is what I'm trying to say. When that doesn't align fast enough, you're going to be hit in that very uncomfortable phase. That part about being on guard, not being happy, feeling alone, feeling like you have to defend yourself, the state of paranoia, being wounded, the woe is me, like everything that goes along with that. And then it causes you're not having faith, you're stuck, you're not moving, you're not seeing the bigger picture, you're not seeing the lesson. And your mind can really start to play games with you, especially for somebody who's a Pisces, who's ruled by Neptune, which is very much about dreaminess, even illusions, a lot of times hope, rose-colored glasses. So really be careful with that, because what really determines whether you make it or break it through this cycle is during that uncomfortable period where everything in your nature is going to be telling you to stick the needle in your arm. And I'm not literally telling you that, like, whatever it is for you, whether it really is drugs, whether it's a person, most Pisces, it's either drugs or love. Maybe money, but it's usually drugs or love. Or attention, whatever patterns are not working for you, whatever it is, there is that in-between phase, that it's very uncomfortable. And it's that point whether you break out of the cycle or whether you relapse. You know, there's even that phase too where like your body, well, your higher consciousness gets it. Your mind somewhat gets it, but it's still even transforming. Your body doesn't get it. So even if your higher consciousness gets it, your mind is only like halfway, but then it gets pissed and it might like try to convince you otherwise. And then your body doesn't yet. And I say body and your mind in the way, you know, your mind as far as the patterns, that it takes a while for them to unwind. But you have to be away from it and detox to see. And that's not just a day or two or a week. I mean, when you're on a spiritual or mental detox, it's not like drugs. When you're on a spiritual or mental detox, it takes longer. But I keep losing my train of thought and what I'm saying. So your brain also has to, like, on all these things, whether it's a situation, a person, drug, whatever it is, drama, being sick, I don't know. Like, whatever your thing is, needing attention, your brain literally drops chemicals, like feel-good chemicals during that. Even things that aren't good for you. Especially good things that aren't good for you. So during this phase, while you're kind of knocking it out, but you haven't transitioned yet to find those new things, it's going to be uncomfortable because it's not normal. It's not your normal way of doing things. It's different. And you're going to have a higher level of consciousness and spiritual discipline and faith to get through it. And when it gets uncomfortable, you sit with yourself in those feelings, or you do something healthy, learn, expand. Honestly, in my opinion, I mean, I wouldn't be a martyr about it because you got to be there for yourself too. That's one of your biggest lessons, especially with Taurus and Pisces, to be there for yourself, but maybe even to be there for other people. And not these people that are gaining you things. I mean, other people. And I don't care whether you're like, I have nothing to give. Somebody always has something to give. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't undervalue yourself, because that's the whole reason you got yourself into this mess in the first place. Okay? You always have something to give. And teachers always learn while teaching. So whether you're just donating your time, whether you're donating your love, whether you're donating the stuff you've learned, whatever it is, you always have something to give. That's the whole reason as people go and do things, especially like motivational speakers or spiritual teachers or whatever, they put out work the whole time. And if you watch their work through all their years, it's evolving. It's always evolving because you're always learning. You always have something to give. So don't let your mind play games with you and say that it doesn't. Let's move on. In the foundation, you have the Page of Wands reversed. Again, stagnancy. Whatever plan of yours, whatever you wanted, not going forward. Also, whatever path you're supposed to be on right now, I don't think you are. I don't think you are. I literally think you guys are straight up stuck. I think you're resisting change. And you're like, no, but I'm doing all this. Yes, you are. Good job if you are. But this is supposed to be a catalyst. Like, it's not like that's the only thing, you know? It's a catalyst. So, and trust me, I know, like, Taurus is, they've been going through this. A lot. So, you've got more to go. Like, you've got, and it's so funny, you have so many, like, Taurus-like cards. Like, here's another one that's, like, a Taurus. But you've got a lot more to go. And it's really asking you to have faith and hope during this, because you're going to get what you want. And it's either going to be what you want or something better, or it's going to be something you didn't even know you wanted. Your mind couldn't have even conceived of it or thought that it was available to you. But you have to understand that as much as you have to respect and love yourself right now, you're limited in what you believe, you're limited in what you see, and you're limited in what you think you deserve. Don't forget, you're still on the rise to the Empress. So just let your expectations go right now, because you're going to try to figure something else out in order to get you going again, because one of your biggest motivations you've felt or seen enough to know you've got to back away from. But you haven't found another motivator yet. So it's going to be really hard, but you have to find you and find that curious little child inside of you to push forth and find this journey. Because it's going to be only that's going to push you forward. I guess you can use fear in the meantime if you want to. I wouldn't recommend that, but if you need to in order to get you to the next stage, whatever. But I would recommend doing it for you, and even if it feels wrong, do it. Just keep doing it. This is about increasing your level of self-love. And doing things for you because you love you and you deserve it. But you're going to be trying in this period. You're either going to stay stagnant or you're going to try to find something else to get you going and to focus on. Just make it healthy. Make it something that grows you, that expands you, mind, body, and soul. Something that doesn't make you feel like this. And I understand, I do acknowledge, I understand that just from flipping this over and doing unknown and not ordinary things, and also doing self-love type things, I understand that kind of keeps you in the Nine of Wands still, but that will be like temporary. It's a misconception on your mind based on when you are around other things that you're still healing from. They trained you that whenever you did that, either your external did or your misprocessings did, trained you that whenever you did that, it didn't work out well for you. And that was my whole thing in the November video with people being able to handle, you know, your shine and your love and your seeing things and your gifts and your ways and your curious, artistic, you know, childlike ways that a lot of people are quick to say are wrong or they don't want to deal with because it's too much for them, or it's not like, you know, this fitting in the box way of the world. And Pisces still are a little distrusting, I feel, about letting that child in them out, because it hasn't worked out well for them in the past. So it is going to take a little while, but that is what you want to see. You want to see that little curious child, and you be the mother to him or her, depending on what you've learned and what he or she needs, and integrate them. That way you have that essence of that child, but also the discipline and the higher consciousness of the inner mother, the inner child and the inner mother, or your higher self, whatever. Which is funny that it's also a page of wands, you know, which a lot of times could be seen as children. And considering that this is reversed, which I also see, you know, it's your foundation, I also see it as your subconscious, you know, this is also your creative, curious inner child. Like, look at it. It's ready to go explore the world. It's excited about it. It's got like a blank canvas, pretty much, to work with and explore and build upon. And it's in the reverse. I think you guys are really, you know, resisting wanting to feel bad. And in a way, this situation felt bad too, but it didn't quite feel possibly as bad as this is going to feel in your mind as a perception thing. Because, you know, let's face it, that's kind of what you were trying to avoid by keeping this in your life, right? Let's move forward. In your recent past, you have the Three of Pentacles reversed. So, you know, not working with this situation or person. Again, they may be married, they may not. Either way, you are choosing, or somebody is choosing, to not work together. Either they're married, or this was a marriage, or some type of commitment or situation. And in your thoughts, you have, or crowning the reading, you have the Six of Cups, you have the Moon card reversed, and you have the Ace of Swords reversed. So again, you know, even though this is maybe not around you, or you're not dealing with it or communicating with it right now, or they're not you, the nostalgia is still there. Maybe even the daydreaming. Pisces are very much about daydreamers. I get that. I'm like a huge daydreamer. And that's also something you have to watch too, because daydreaming could be great as far as, especially for manifesting, if you're focusing in the right way. But if you're not, it's detrimental. It's not good for you. So be careful what you're daydreaming about, by the way. But it's like, I don't know. It's like you see a lot more of the truth of this. And you see that you didn't see. I think if you didn't, you will. Like, you're starting to really see that you didn't see. That there was a lot of truths not spoken, a lot of truths not seen. Maybe even the way you remembered things or thought about things or saw things was not the way it was. Maybe even if somebody did try to come back and talk to you, you turned it down because you saw the way things really were right now. Or you planned on them coming back or you going to them, and that was not successful. Just want to see if I can like feel these cards a little bit more. I also think that a lot of you guys aren't choosing to go within and actually choose to walk this path, like this path, because you're still so stuck mentally on this situation. So even though you do see, you don't see. I know this sounds contradictory, but you don't. Like, you see enough to know, to have known to back away. But because you can't pull yourself out of it, your emotions and your mind, you also can't really see inside of you or see the truth of it in this pattern because you're still so really stuck here. Hopefully a lot of you aren't thinking, let me pull away, and this person will change and come back, and that will handle what needs to be handled. That's not the way this goes. I mean, hopefully they change. That is, you know, in a way what's thought to you, or wherever their life journey is supposed to take them. But this is about your journey right now. This is about you changing. And I feel like a lot of your focus is on them. I don't think you think that, though, but I think it is. In your likely future, you have the Magician reversed. You're not manifesting anything, and you're not using your manifestation powers positively, which is funny that I said about the daydreaming and watch what you're focusing on, because it has huge manifestation powers. Like, you'll know what I mean. I think Pisces know what I mean by that. And I think that's why I am a huge daydreamer, detrimentally a lot, actually. And it's better. It used to be worse. But I would always daydream and focus on like the wrong stuff. And that is like a huge manifesting ability if you can really focus all that energy on like daydreaming and manifesting and thinking and imagining and feeling and bringing the energy to you. But I don't think you're either not using your manifestation powers or you're not using them properly. because you're still so stuck in this Six of Cups energy. So we'll come back to that why when I get to your likely outcome, because this is your likely future because of where your mind and your emotions are right now. How you see yourself, you have, is this coming out right? I don't know. We're going to read it this way. So I don't know if I'm holding it right. But the Judgment reversed, 8 of Wands reversed, 4 of Swords reversed, and the Queen of Cups. There you are. And then kind of clarifying the Queen of Cups, you have like this lady, main lady, one of the main ladies, and then the ship. And this is very much about a long journey. Also could be successful venture in business. So I think you're looking at yourself like you haven't figured everything out, and you know that, but you're not having like a new beginning or a reunion with any of this. You're not having any communication. I think you're trying not to think about the pain. I think you really don't want to focus on the pain. Because that's also, I think, when I was saying in here, like, because you're so focused on all this other stuff, you can't see into your subconscious. Which is why part of you is stopping this journey. Because as you walk through it, your blocks are going to come up, and I don't think you want to see it. Part of the thing you're doing and trying to resist has been what distracts you. And what keeps you safe. So part of you is not taking action. But, I mean, you're not taking action. But, and you're very focused nonetheless. But you think that you're just not taking action with this situation. And you're focusing on yourself and your self journey. Maybe even like a business venture or something like that. And becoming more of like the Empress energy and working on yourself, like really focusing on yourself. Like again, like really focusing. But I mean, with this particular Queen of Wands, like it's just the way she's focusing is just, it's not a good level of focus. But maybe you really are. I mean, maybe you're really, really trying. What is the Queen of Cups focused on? Secrets. What is the Queen of Cups focus on? No. Like, you're not focused on good stuff. I don't know what you're telling yourself consciously versus subconsciously. So I don't know if you're like, no, I'm focusing on myself, or oh, I'm focusing on a business, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. What you're focusing on is secrets, obstacles, something that didn't go right, a foe, an enemy possibly, and then, because this, what was it, like this, where the darkness is blowing into this, so you're thinking about this other situation or person. Possibly even how to make it work. What are they doing? What's really going on here? I think these are both actually even like Pisces type signs in the middle of like a Capricorn sign. So really like the toxicity of this, like it's kind of like the devil energy, like really focusing on that. And that's why I say like her look is just not a good focused. Because if it was anyways, your likely future wouldn't be the Magician reversed. So, you know, on the bottom of the deck, you know, you have short illness, the deceptive snake with happiness. Like you're really, really deceiving yourself here. What's in your environment is you have the 8 of Pentacles. And clarifying that, you have the Tower and you have the Moon. How your environment sees you is you have the 4 of Wands. You have the, clarifying that, the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. So someone or something in your environment could be really working on something, but what they're working on is not that great of stuff. It might even be some type of opposing energy. They could also be working on either keeping things hidden or just things that are destructive. Your energy also could be on bringing to light patterns that are not seen. So that might also be in your environment. Maybe that's the point of this person or situation, is to show you patterns, things in your subconscious. This person or thing could be something mirroring or showing you your shadow side. I don't think you're seeing your shadow side. I think you're still seeing possibly what you want to see. Or trying to. In your environment, or this person sees you as like, nope, I'm pulling away, I'm happy, I'm doing okay, I'm doing good, I'm done with all this mind screwery, I'm creating my happiness. And you literally have like light and dark energies here. Light and dark. Which is funny. I think you're actually both working on it. I think that your environment may be working to also bring about change. Sorry about the middle part here. Yeah, I think they're trying to work on change. And your environment is also trying to help you with change and releasing the burdens and bringing out more of that happy childlike energy. But I think this person in your environment They're probably working a lot too, actually. They may have kids. So I don't know if something happened to their children, or if there's something you don't know of. If there's a lot of fighting or burdens and child support. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Can't even talk. The universe knows what I mean. Yeah. I think there was an ending to something for them. Something that they were stuck in and had a commitment to. And it's the end of that, publicly known, or there was a lot of people involved, and it's something they're really sad about. But they may be really working a lot due to things like there's a lot of changes in their environment, either things with their kids, at the very least, child support, or having to take care of children on their own. And it's really burdening them. There's a lot of conflicts and arguments around it. So they're really working on some stuff. So if they're really not focused on you two, there's a reason why. However, I don't know if this involves you or if this is someone else. I felt for a lot of people, that situation was elsewhere. It was not with them. They had another situation, marriage or relationship. And it seems like that has come to an end and is really burdening them. And they're having to really work a lot to compensate for their own life, their own healing, their own journey, and their children, possibly. And they see you as just, maybe you're fed up with having, you know, all the swords in your back, but that you're done and you're going towards your happiness. You're creating change in a new direction. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I feel like there was an ending to a situation that, they're really having to work on things because of their kids, and figuring out their own stability, happiness again, too. For some, I do feel like, too, it could be and or with the commitment of the relationship, but I feel like somebody also may have been sick or, like, lost, like, physically lost somebody in their family. Possibly a mother or a father or whatever. But that would be for a small number of you. Not you, but them. Whatever's in your environment. So this could be you, too. Like, this is going on in your environment, and I wasn't really reading it that way. I was reading it as the external, basically what's in the environment. So somebody could be having to work hard because there's either was a death in the family or around, or more of that I see is that would have already happened, possibly, or you'll know it's going to happen probably. But for the most part, it's, you know, something's going on in their life, that there was an ending of a family, a way of life as they knew it, what they presented to the world, like this household, this image. Which I thought I had another one of these with a peacock. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Oh yeah, I do. The image, basically. And there might have been more people involved, like maybe that was the reason of the ending of the relationship, but this person's probably trying to get themselves back together and get themselves together financially due to the ending of this. You have the man with the weasel, this for abundance, karmic, the end of a karmic kind of situation. Someone also could have passed. I don't usually get these as death, but for a few people, I do get that maybe someone in their family had passed. So there could be kind of court things over that, but But court person. So having to deal with like maybe court things because someone had passed. Maybe that gives them the money to be able to get out of the situation. I don't really know. I don't think I really need to think that deep into it. But either way, they're going through something that they are trying to work on. There's some ending of a situation that, you know, is pretty deep for them. They're not really letting on to it. They're pretty burdened by it. There's probably a lot of arguments and a lot of conflict. And they just see you as la-di-da in it. And you're tired of it, and you're taking control and going your own way to happiness. Building your own family, your own life, your own legacy. And you're just talking about the Ten of Swords. Yeah, like you're done with the hurt. Like you want health, happiness, life, vibration. In your hopes and fears, you have the Knight of Wands reversed. So no action being taken. I think you're like, how am I supposed to handle this? But also I think this person is probably seen as the Knight of Wands. Are they going to charge in and out of your life? Are you going to be strong enough and do what's best for you if they do come your way? Are you going to be able to continue on in a new direction, or is it going to make you stuck again? Am I going to be able to resist the temptation? Possibly the sex, the fieriness, the funness, all the things that go along with it. Whether this person was with you in a commitment or somebody else. That part really honestly doesn't matter. In your likely outcome, you have the Three of Swords. So not only are you sitting in that in-between stage where, you know, you're feeling the uncomfortability of all this, but stuff like this, which is why it's uncomfortable, why a lot of people don't do it, and they choose to use distractions, is because it's uncomfortable. Tell me about not getting what you want, losing hope. Tell me about the Three of Swords. Anxiety. No communication or little communication. Just feeling alone, feeling the darkness. You're like feeling, honestly, you know, the loss, the karma of this. You're feeling all the things that is like why people avoid doing this. Why they keep, for lack of better words, sticking the needle in their arm. The sorrow, the mental pain, the physical pain, the spiritual pain, the emotional pain. Probably even, and you're not even realizing it, the wound that was caused before this even came into your life. The wound that made you feel isolated, that made you feel different, that made you feel not nurtured, not loved, not happy, alone, different, not good enough, and not knowing how to take care of yourself, save yourself, make yourself happy, or do all the things that you're supposed to do. Literally your wounds are will or are possibly coming up. It's meant to help you with integration, just so you know. So don't get too down about it. It's supposed to. But I think you're kind of trying to avoid that because you don't want to feel bad. You're trying to avoid seeing. I mean, just be careful if this person does come back, you know, which is why I think it's in your hopes and fears. Don't leave your spiritual journey. Don't stop healing because of that. And they may be also trying to recapture their image or feed their ego a little bit as well. I'm not sure. I mean, even if they're going through things that could possibly lead them to healing, that doesn't heal overnight, you know. What takes years to form takes years to unravel. So, just be careful with that, because and I also wouldn't sit and wait, because I don't think that's going to be good energy. I don't think it's going to serve you well. I think you'll kind of have this self-sabotage. It's like you'll get better, and then you kind of sabotage yourself. And literally there's you sitting here waiting. And it's like, it shows it as an enemy. Like, I guess I'll show him, like, here's her waiting. Here's, like, the enemy. Like, he knows she's waiting. He knows that she's walking down. And he's, like, peeping, checking it out. But he's, like, kind of hiding from her and watching her. And then here's her old. So I don't know if they, like, want you to stay waiting. But it's like you'll always be doing that. I mean, they just have a lot in their life, like a lot of tower type stuff. They have a lot of options. A lot of just, you can't really pin them down doing whatever they want to do. They'll bring a lot of destruction in their life. And then when that comes, they'll get sad. They'll be thinking, they'll be like, what can I do? Who's constant? Oh, I know. Pisces is constant. They're somebody I can create a new beginning with. They'll be there till the end. No matter what I do. If I need someone to take care of me, maybe they are even sick. Maybe some people are sick. Or whether it's physically or just they don't really do good things. And they need somebody who will be constant and who they feel, honestly, like this is what I get more strongly. They know their patterns, and I don't think they're at a point where they want to change them yet. And they're trying to think, like, who will be there and be willing to deal with me and stick it through all the stuff that, for lack of better words, I'll put them through. Or that I will bring in my life, and they'll be there, like, they'll be there till the end through that whole journey. Through literally thick and thin, and I don't really mean that in a romantic way. I mean that in a they don't want to change. They want somebody who's willing to either be dumb enough. I'm not saying that disrespectfully. Like somebody who's either willing to be dumb enough or somebody who's willing to like have that Pisces, all hope, all love, I can love you through anything attitude, a way of being. Just go very slow and see if it's what you really want. But I think you should stay on your self-love journey right now. There's things you have to figure out about yourself. And this person does too. And if you are wanting to be with them, or if there is a possibility of you guys being together, I think in the way you want, if you go there, it's not going to happen. Like, honestly, the best chance you can do is by staying on your self journey and forcing this person to, like, continue. Like, it's going to be hard, but to release them and go on their journey still, and let them learn some more lessons and grow up and realize that not everybody's going to be there, including Pisces, because Pisces does have self-respect. You've got to walk this self journey. I mean, your card underneath for all of it is justice, balance, like making the decision to do what's right, because it's been on at you. You know this is not sitting well with you. And you know you need to cut it away. Not only do you have wounds you need to heal, like here's Chiron up here. I don't know how well you could see the symbol. But it's creating more wounds. It's creating more karma. Like literally karma. There's karma that needs to be balanced here. There's karma that also needs to be healed. And you cannot stay in or around this situation right now and heal that. You have to go on your own and heal it. And also you claiming your self-respect is also going to heal that and let them see you in a way of, oh, I do need to respect Pisces. And in a way to help clean up that karma and not create more karma. Because you and I know there's karma here that needs to be wrapped up. It was before them too, but it's part of it here. So I just have a feeling of this person kind of, because they're going through something, and I think once they get stabilized, they're going to reassess, because they're like, wow, I had to go through a lot of stuff, because this person or whatever probably left them. There's a small chance they could have left the person, but I have a feeling they were doing some stuff and they got left. One or the other. But they're going to like look at who's always going to be there and support me through all of this. And honestly, the way they're thinking, because, you know, they're still kind of juvenile and doing their thing, is what can I get away with? It's not about growth at the moment. It's not. And I think yours is. Hopefully it is. Theirs is about what can you get away with. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. What can I get away with? I do think they're going through something with court, but they're trying to make it seem like things are better. But I honestly feel like they're going to be like, what can I get away with? And with Pisces, they've always been there. They kind of have those rose-colored glasses on. I would be able to get away with it with Pisces. So just be careful if they do come back. Which I'll tell you why as I get into your oracle card. So I'm going to read these oracle cards real quick. And then I'm going to get into like your soul journey kind of advice lesson cards. And then we'll be done. So you have the signs are with you. Magical space clearing time. Snow angel, the signs are with you already. Like this card comes up like so much. I don't even know in how many videos. It's like a popular thing. A lot of signs are really being guided. So it's like you know what to do. It's time to be brave. Like, you have to be brave right now. You're going to have to say The things that you've never said before, you're going to have to do. The things you've never done before, you're going to have to stand up for yourself. That balance of love and compassion, but yet speaking your truth. No, I think I have to pull an animal spirit card too. Yeah, you're going to have to stand up for yourself. The time of truce is over. People have been taking over your ground, wanting what you have worked hard for without doing the work themselves. They have done so by taking advantage of your peaceful nature, which also makes sense that they see you over here building your happiness. And they're like, well, Pisces is already doing the work. He's working really hard to build his. He's looking at you, he or she, like you've already built yours, which is why they might come back around too. They have done so by taking advantage of your peaceful nature. But enough is enough. Sad as it is, it's time to change this, to cut away the cords between you and those who have taken too much. And now you will go into battle. Yes, it is. Yes, the Highland Fairy is sad for you. But do not allow sorrow and guilt to neglect self-protection. Honor yourself, raise your sword, and do not back down. And then you have Fairy of the Green World. And this is kind of more about getting more earthy, healing, detoxing, service work. The natural world needs you. As you back off from this, let go of it, heal from your heartache, go through your death and rebirth. Time to grow plants or tend a vegetable patch or an herb garden. Look into contributing some money or time or devotion to a cause for the green world. The natural forest and the wide green spaces of the planet need your healing, kind and tending hand and heart now. Your influence will have great power. Make a donation to a wildlife foundation for the green world. Look into establishing a grove or visiting a forest and offer your energetic support and prayers for a world where green spaces thrive and where the wild creatures of the green woods continue to live in their environment. See and visualize a world where green things grow, and the fairy of the green world will know that nature is safe while there are ones with you, such as you, in this world. It is time for growth, for abundance, for the earth element to find its way true and strong in your life. Eat organic food, go raw, detox, find a water source and cleanse it. Be more self-sustaining and step away from the unnatural system and join with the natural energies of planet and the galaxy. And then you have Jeweled Octopus. Which is, look beneath the surface. Be careful, my friend, not everyone is as they seem. Not all that glitters is gold, nor is every bright bauble the priceless treasure it at first appears. You may have recently encountered someone charming, whose flashy facade draws people in, but remember that's all it is, a facade. You must look beneath the surface to see the true value of a person, and like the jeweled octopus, your new acquaintance just might be hiding behind a dazzling disguise. So I do think this is for who's in your environment, but I also think this is for you and not seeing yourself into your shadow side. And then you have 24, Alchemical Seas. And anticipate a new authority. The seas are turbulent with change, and soon a new power shall arise. A new figure of authority will assert itself in your life, and it is best to prepare mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and materially. This leader may be in your professional, spiritual, academic, or social realm. So there may be a teacher or guru helping you too, or a new boss or whatever, someone you look up to. There may be leadership challenges at your new work, a new spiritual leader at your current place of worship or at a new one, or even a new acquaintance who will become prominent in your personal life. While a change of authority can be stressful or cause conflict for a time, take heart. Once the seas have calmed, life will return to a state of peace and stability. Take the time to get to know this new individual and learn how she conducts herself. Could she become a role model or a mentor to you? Is she a cautionary example, or is she telling you it is time to move to calmer waters? So this could be someone around you, but I also get the sense too, like, this is your higher self, but this is also who you're becoming. That's what this journey is trying to help you to do, is help you see what's not real and see the facade, see past the illusion, and see people around you, but also who you really are. Okay? And then your spiritual cards, you know, you have integration too with the lovers and happiness. But I thought this was pretty cool too. And I'm actually going to read these, or most of these. They're pretty fast, but we're almost done. Sorry, for those of you who don't like long videos. But your main card at the top was 9 of Stones. But I just thought it was pretty cool, soul journey wise. So 9 of Stones. See how she's like leaving this pile of rocks behind, and she's going up almost like the Hermit card with the staff towards the light and the tree. This card celebrates virtuous indifference to the opinion of others. The 9 of Stones is about neatly arranging past efforts made in the pursuit of happiness, and then walking away towards the rising sun to discover the happiness of pursuit. This gesture is as shamanic as it is stoic. It lays claim to virtue through acts of selflessness and surrender, the act of letting go. This may not be something for everyone to do, but it is something for everyone to think about. Wisdom can be gained by simply contemplating and weighing the merits of such a journey, as well as taking one. In readings, this card is about neatly ordering life's material and spiritual priorities. It's about renunciation, detachment, and refusing to grasp for things. It's about simplifying your life. The 9 stones represent mixed memories of joy and despair, love and fear, gain and loss, regret and acceptance, blame and forgiveness, attachment and detachment, selflessness and self-centeredness, trust and distrust, and surrender and control. The last stone may be the hardest to renounce. We like to be, or like to pretend to be, in complete control of our lives. On a true hero's journey, whether existentially or allegorically, such control is impermissible. The young lady in the 9 of Stones answered the call of her inner shaman. Her load is light. She carries no preconceived notions of how life ahead will unfold. She is indifferent to expectations and content with acceptance. She is simultaneously one with nature and the universe, and the energy of both flow through her. Cards number 9 in tarot often mean bringing something to conclusion. The impetus to do so may be rational or emotional, depending on the individual. Either way will be fine. Then you have the Watcher, Queen of Mirrors, which is the Queen of Cups. Among their many psychic gifts, Watchers can interpret the signs and symbols found in nature. They are consummate clairvoyants with ears to hear and eyes to see what others may be unable to even imagine. The Watcher character was inspired by Marie Laveau, the Voodoo Queen of New Orleans, and another extraordinary crone. As a mystic and archetype, the Watcher and her owl encourage you to improve your night vision by nurturing your intuitive abilities. Shadow work. Owls see into the night. Like night vision. The Watcher's reputation was enhanced as much by her generous mercy and compassion for the less fortunate as by her strength of her mystical power. The crone archetype does have a shadow side. Should the watcher appear frequently in readings, she probably reminds you to keep an open mind and not allow your beliefs to become rigid and stayed. I don't know, S-T-A-I-D. It's unhealthy, or it's healthy to bid farewell to those areas in life that no longer serve their original purpose. The winds of change produce enlightenment. And then one more, you have 10 of Scrolls. Esme's tiger on the 10 of Scrolls symbolizes spiritual acts of letting go and surrender, also depicted on the Chrysalis cards, except in this case, the required spiritual energy is confined. Actually, it's bottled and corked in a self-imposed prison because an important lesson still needs to be learned before the present cycle ends. Otherwise, it will just keep on repeating itself until broken once the lesson is finally learned. The 10 of Scrolls ask you to identify cycles in your life that appear to repeat themselves. Are you attracting the wrong people, for example? Or perhaps the same negative circumstances occur over and over again. In either case, this has a great deal to do with your energy signature. You will attract and keep on attracting people and circumstances that mirror the vibrational energy pattern you emit, which is defined as your energy signature. Various things have a lasting adverse effect on any energy signature. These include wounds that never fully heal, trauma, disabling beliefs, low self-esteem, ego expectations, and fear. The emotions associated with these experiences and mindsets remain imprisoned in mind-body energy. These embedded emotions can be healed by tiger medicine, which is simply a term to express the holistic healing the tiger spirit animal symbolizes. So you guys can call on like tiger spirit animal if you need it. The 10 of Scrolls is prescriptive, which will help you heal and heal your patterns. The tiger invites you to reclaim the power that defines her role as a spirit guide. Tiger medicine applies awe-inspiring power and healing balm to the pain and fear affecting your energy signature. Intention is everything. You can improve your energy signature by making changes in your environment, such as people, activities, habits, or boundaries, or by creating a permanent disconnect with the negative energy that confines you. Both means are effective. Intention and desire are then brought into balance with your energy signature, and you can break the cycle. So it's walking away and going on this inner journey, this journey I've been talking about, to go and find you and look within and look at your shadow side and your intuitive abilities, and also to do the shadow work to see where you've been limiting yourself, how you've been holding yourself back, these negative beliefs. But it's through going on this journey and finding this in you, this shadow work, that you see this wound, which is why this is your probable outcome. But I think it's you seeing the wound. Tell me about the 3 of Swords. I can't remember if I already asked about this or not. Yeah, like how you saw the world. Yeah, I already went over this because that was the same card I pulled all that. Which is why this person in your environment, they are mirroring your shadow side. Because the same one for you came up on this false image that they see themselves as. But I would highly, highly recommend you stay on this journey and don't focus on this person. Because it is this journey of going within and this type of shamanic journey that is leading you to your power, your abilities, not just like power with doing things in your, your gifts, but to help you see into your shadow side, to see your wound, to see where you're limiting yourself and holding yourself back. So then you can integrate. Okay, let's pull an animal spirit card for you, and then we will be done. So you have wild boar, confrontation. Wild boar teaches us to confront without fear. Ripping apart the denials and lies that appear. Testing courage, finding truth, its medicine will remain. A part of every human path, marking the victories we attain. Although the warrior was accustomed to the sultry heat of his bayou homeland, he was shaken as if from a cold draft. The council of elders had caught him telling a lie. The punishment for this offense was banishment from the tribe. To restore his honor among the people, he would have to face the wild boar with a knife as his only weapon. If he failed, he would die, torn apart by the ravaging tusks of the fiery-eyed beast. This prospect filled him with dread. Then the spirit of the wild boar came to him in a dream. It was enraged that the young man had broken his warrior's vows by lying. It told him that he would first have to face and conquer the self-important and deceitful beast within himself if he hoped to survive their combat. The young warrior vowed to honor the truth from that moment forward. He faced the wild boar that day and killed the beast. The warrior kept the tusk of his adversary as a lifelong reminder to always confront the weaknesses within himself. There are several varieties of boar, as this powerful medicine of the warrior clans applies to all of them. The Maya called boar javelina, and the Choctaws saw the razorback as wild boar. Its medicine teaches us to confront human weaknesses and to change them into strengths. The human spirit is empowered through wild boar's willingness to confront fears, the challenges at hand, and uncomfortable circumstances, courageously standing tall without running from the situations that life presents is powerful medicine indeed. If wild boar has charged into your cards today, you are being asked to confront anything or anybody that you have been avoiding. Pay attention, embrace your warrior nature, and find the courage to confront your fears. Or you are being asked to confront a personal weakness or a career challenge. It is time to finish a project that you abandoned thinking it might be too difficult to accomplish. Confront your feelings regarding some situation that makes you nervous or causes discomfort and brings yourself the peace of closure. If you have been procrastinating, wild boar is reminding you to quit avoiding the inevitable. In all cases, it is insisting that you be fully present and mindful of what is happening and why. If you drew this card, you already possess the courage needed to confront all that life offers. Just remember where you hid that courage. Challenges do not simply vanish. Unless you actively embrace your issues, you cannot reclaim your spirit's energy. Half the battle is won through the warrior's willingness to acknowledge and to accept the whole truth at all times. So, I love you guys. Just keep pushing forward. You got some inner work to do. I would recommend maybe that, you start watching my Taurus videos. Maybe even go back and watch my Taurus videos. All my ones going back. Because, a lot of their messages are going to apply to you now or in the future. It's kind of like doing a little bit of prep work for you. Because that's probably what you're a little bit in what you might encounter or have to deal with. Or maybe not. I don't know. I mean, it may not be exactly the same, but it's just an idea. But I like you guys. I love you guys. I hope this helps you. I understand what you guys are going through and just keep persevering through. It does, get better, but it's And it's the journey. It is what it is. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Please let me know if you guys are having any blocks. Like, put in the comments below, you know, what those are or what you need help with, or your thoughts about all this or the journey. Just let me know what's going on with you guys. Absolutely, like, if you can, help share the love, spread the word on this for other Pisces that are possibly going through this. If you're interested in help doing this block, inner child, shadow work, whether it's sessions, tarot, whatever, again, all my services are below. I've got specials. Don't forget about that. And read through all the information. A lot of people just find my email and then email me when all the information's there. I'll help you guys, but just the same time, it is, a lot of the information is there. But absolutely, if you have questions, email me. Thank you so much for everything. For those of you who have, you know, like, share, comment, subscribed, and all that. Again, for donations, services, just being here, sharing the love, and being part of my journey, and allowing me to be part of yours. It means a lot to me. So I think that's it. But I love you guys, and just keep pushing forward. Bye. Happy New Year. And I hope you had a Merry Christmas too.